Hello everyone, my name is Yumeng Xie. I am a design PhD candidate in Arizona State University. Another three authors of this study are professors in ASU. They are Mauricio, Paul, and Chingwen. Our study is Co-Creating with Community, Participatory Design in Environmental Design Education. This study will be presented in 4 sections. This study provides an overview and insights of challenges, potentials, and recommendations of teaching and applying participatory design. I will call it PD, from the students' viewpoints through a case which is a Master of Landscape Architecture Studio course in ASU. As students collaborated with Mo'ili'ili community members in Honolulu, Hawaii, to co-design the old stadium park during 2 semesters. So why PD is important for environmental design? PD is a common and effective approach that emphasizes on the democratic involvement of end users. It is often used in improving technological system design. It has also been applied to many design situations. In conventional environmental design practice, professional designers work for clients rather than working with stakeholders. However, designing with diverse communities is particularly important for environmental design because of the complexity of multiple stakeholders' engagement and the potential for producing long-term impacts. Here we listed some stakeholders in environmental design projects like residents, schools, organizations. How did we conduct the study? We observed both students and communities in the PD process and conducted semi-structured interviews with students after the course. Then we thematically and inductively analyze the responses data. The second section is the PD process of the project. This feedback loop shows how did students carry down the PD process. Start with discovering issues by engaging with community. Next, defining and interpreting findings and opportunities. Then developing concepts and early evaluation for design decisions. And then delivering concepts to communities. Verifying more needs again, then developing, delivering again. Phase 1, who am I and where I am from? We call it connection before collaboration. Students documented existing community environmental discourse. This allows for convergent conversations around design decisions. This picture shows students are observing biological environment of Hawaii. This picture shows students are listening history and culture of Hawaii. Also, students interpreted all the new information they have learned to design language. For example, you can see the map of proximity to the park. Phase 1 helped students get more familiar with the history and culture of the watershed, neighborhood, and community. Phase 2, why are we here with you? The interactive community engagement workshop is a process of knowledge socialization and ideas generation. Phase 3, what is missing? It was mirroring back to communities what students learned and heard from Phase 1 and Phase 2 in the form of 7 pop-up design conversations, which is about 3 design proposals using concepts, includes activate, discovery, forest reserve. Then we invited reviewers and developed concepts to 1 final design proposal. The third section includes main findings after interviewing students about their learning experience in the PD project. Almost all students understood designers should play a role of good listeners and observers, and they supposed communities are experts to their environment and their life, so designers should not in an authoritative role on the project. Students also stated they learned communication, empathy, and trust-building skills in PD process. Some students consider designers should show the vulnerability to critique and avoid personal biases. Of course, students reflected some challenges of practicing PD. The biggest challenge was building trust with communities and put away their hesitation about the outsider design team. Another main challenge was to learn the indigenous culture of Hawaii or motivate thoughts when engaging with the community. There are recommendations for incorporating PD in design education. For example, faculties should encourage students to establish very clear learning goals at the beginning, asking questions like, how will this PD project enrich my education? What are the possible learning outcomes? But they also have to learn embracing uncertainty in the process. The last section includes discussion, conclusion, and future work. In this course, faculty struggled with the problem of uncertainty and flexibility in aligning studio learning objectives schedules with dynamic project requirements. PD also poses a significant challenge for people who like to have a fixed plan and implement the plan accordingly. While students struggled with the challenges, they valued the experience and were ready to incorporate PD in design practice. Indeed, after this course, 2 students had internship and work experience in residential and regional park design. They both agreed they had a better understanding of the significance of PD, and it also helped them see the practical limitations of designers in a real-world context. So they hope to practice more PD in the future. In a word, PD in live projects allows students to be close to the real-world experience through learning by doing and advance their attitudes, skills, tools, and knowledge in working with communities. PD can catalyze essential skills that can benefit designers in any field for bridging the communication between designers and stakeholders. Design pedagogy can be advanced through learning from self-reflections and case studies on how to navigate meaningful PD processes. In this study, we emphasized on incorporating PD mindsets and tool sets to traditional design studio. For future work, researchers should discuss more and develop colonial thinking and get more insights from marginalized communities. In this case, which means working closely with original inhabitants in Hawaii. Thank you for listening. Are there any questions?